Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. Let rain fall, let rain
And good afternoon. Welcome to Today at the Races, presented by Fidelity First, alongside our odds maker Keith Fustel. I'm Stan Salter. Glad you're with us here on a Saturday. We're off the turf, but it's not raining. A little overcast, nice and cool. Come on out here, Big Ten race card. We have a nice little carryover and that 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6 starting in race 5. Lots of action yesterday. It was the second week of that big national wager, the Stronach Pick 5. It started at Santa Anita. We had two legs of it here at Laurel, races 9 and 10. I played it. I played a $100 ticket. I was 4 out of 5. I had the $12 winner down there at Gulfstream Park West. That was the second leg, and that was the biggest price winner. Everybody else was the favorite, I believe, or second choice, and a nice return. 74 winning tickets yesterday for the Stronach 5. Paid a little shy of $1,200.
You got to like that. Yeah, I thought it was pretty chalky the whole way through. You got yourself pretty much a free square with Kieran. Right?
I thought I had a free square with Goldman, but too much pressure early. That's a nice horse, Arnaud Delacour's that won Douglas Road with Centeno.
Boy, he transferred. I think we're going to see him maybe stay back on the dirt. Outran what I thought he would do.
That's a horse that
bet him down, and he really kind of. I was shocked to see that horse perform that well, but it's Delacour, so I guess you got to go with it. But great payout all in all for that Stronach 5.
That was a Sean Clancy horse, Douglas Road, a River D stable. That's Sean Clancy. He was here yesterday. So a couple nice big allowance features yesterday. Stronach 5, lots of action. Let's get going here on a nice big Saturday card. We're 2 weeks away from Maryland's Day at the Races. Maryland Million Day is Saturday, October 20th. 12 races showcasing Maryland's rich thoroughbred tradition, on-track events, kids corral, Maryland Million hat contest, special post, 12 o'clock, free admission for the Jim McKay Maryland Million on October 20th. And you get a free Maryland Million cap, pretty snazzy-looking hat there, to the first 4,000 race fans that buy a program.
Always the sporty cap giveaway. You got to love it. They linger. You see them from years past. The guys still wearing them. The fans love the hat.
All right, so that's 2 weeks from today, and you're going to get a nice table in the Silks Room here at Laurel Park. Go to laurelpark.com for all your information about this year's Jim McKay Maryland Million Day, Saturday, October 20th, 2 weeks from today. Now, tomorrow's a big race on the international schedule. Tomorrow, it's the 97th running of the Qatar Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe. I always butcher up the name, but it's one of the best turf races in the country. Tomorrow, we're going to open up early. Laurel Park Gate's going to open at 9:45 tomorrow morning to show you one of the most famous turf races in the world.
Yeah, you're going to have the Arc, a great race each and every year, and leading up to that, you'll have the guys upstairs in the sports bar, right, for the
that's right, the football yesterday.
Football. So, a nice early start to the day tomorrow.
That's right. A good point, because the Ravens are on the road at Cleveland. It's a 1 o'clock game, so we'll have 105.7 Baltimore Game Day Uncensored here doing their Ravens pregame show. That's going to start 3 hours before kickoff, so that'll start about 10 o'clock tomorrow with the gang, Kenny Weinman, Jerry Coleman, Vinny Serrato. So we'll have lots of action at the sports bar. You can watch the Arc de Triomphe. So a big Sunday here at Laurel Park. Let's get right to it here for Saturday. Let's show you a picture of the main track. We're off the turf, but the main track is perfect. A nice fast track today.
Very fast, pretty fair playing as it's been for the most part for the last couple of months at Laurel Park. 70s, cloudy. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to see any sun today, but a comfortable day to get out on the apron and watch some live racing.
Sure, absolutely. We have the smokehouse on the apron. Go out there, get yourself a nice big brisket sandwich. Here we go, race 1. We kick off the rolling super high 5. That's a low 15% takeout. Will no carryover here in the opener, but if they don't hit it, it'll carry over to the next race with 7 or more. So keep your eye on that rolling super high 5 throughout the day. Also, race 1 kicks off the early pick 5. Both your pick 5s here at Laurel Park. Your best bet with that industry low 12% takeout. Always a mandatory payout here on this early pick 5 starting in race 1. Let's take a look. We're off the turf. Race 1's a nice maiden special weight for 2-year-olds going a mile on the main track, and I end up with the 5, Talaga Bay, for my main man, Archibald Kingsley Jr., Grade 1 winning trainer here. He won the Grade 1 Smithwick up at Saratoga this summer over the jumps. He's a very good trainer. He's mostly a steeplechase trainer, but he does well with flat horses as well. I worked for him one summer up at Saratoga, and this horse has a good foundation, a decent debut, maiden special weight, long on the turf at Monmouth, 3rd that day, 3rd against Virginia Bred Stakes Company last out on the main track, so he liked the main track, and now he is going to stretch out on the main track today. Gets Sheldon Russell. I like the 5, Talaga Bay, on top here in race 1.
Certainly with a trainer like Arch Kingley, you're thinking routes,
He'll
staying
fit,
power. Didn't run terribly in debut at Monmouth. That was without Lasix. Now we're going to go back to the turf off of that sprint, a little short, some early trouble. I think this horse will be closing at the end. I'm going to use underneath in the exact as I go to the outside here with the 1A, the part of the entry that stays in for Trombetta. I think Trombetta and Trevor McCarthy are poised to have a big afternoon at Laurel Park. Gearhead. Took a little play in debut in an off-the-turf race at Saratoga. Didn't run terribly. A little excuse. The race kind of just got away from him. Then came back a much-improved race going long on the turf. I think Gearhead, looking back at the breeding, I know this is the first foal out of a mare that was unraced, but I go to the second dam. That mare was awfully good. Great 2 stakes place going long on the dirt. I think Gearhead is going to be fine here going this mile distance.
All right, a homebred for Live Oak Stud and Trombetta. Trevor McCarthy will ride. I like that horse. We both like the 10 a little bit as well. Confessor from the Carl Duran barn. This horse has a nice foundation under him. 2-year-old by Freedom Child. He's run a route. He's run a mile the last 3 starts. A good second last out in the slop. J.D. Acosta will ride the 10, Confessor, here in the opener.
He's not curly, was just dead game last time out. This horse made a strong charge at the winner, just couldn't quite get by. I like him as value, proven now at this mile distance on the dirt. Hall Pass, tough to figure. You know, he's got speed. He's just a little bit of a chaser on the dirt. What's he going to do stretching out? I'm going to use definitely in here. He's out of a key race. Hall Pass must be used with his dirt form, consistent dirt form.
All right, and I believe we had a late scratch come in on the 8, the keeper.
Okay.
You have in there, so to take out the 8, the keeper. That was a late scratch here in race 1. So we like some similar horses there in the opener to kick off that early pick 5. Let's turn the page here. We start the first of 3 pick 4s right here in race 2. Early pick 4 time in the second. Going a flat mile, claiming 16,000 3-year-olds or older. Never won 3 lifetime. Let's show you a video spotlight we have for you on the 2, Makeef from the Cal Lynch barn. J.D. Acosta will ride. Here's a video from August 12th right here at Laurel Park.
And just showing you what kind of job the trainer Cal Lynch and company have done getting this horse now to finish. You pick up Mokeef swinging very wide, was off about 12, 13 lengths out of it, 3/4 of a mile into the race, but gets to the outside about 6 wide. And look at this horse's finish through the final 1/8 of a mile, just running like a wild horse, just a scalded dog, just inhales the leader and goes on to win, going away by a length and 3/4. Came back against better in an off-the-turf race on the dirt. This is a little softer company, but still showed some finish after some early trouble. I think Mokeef, I like the training change to this horse, getting this horse to finish. Some speed in this race. He'll be firing late. Glenn Richmond, though, on the drop with Trombetta for Rudy Rudd, I think is going to be awfully tough to beat at a shorter price. Last time this horse went turf to dirt, it was here at Laurel back in December of 17. Got the job done over a much better field, just off the pace. They went slow early. I think this horse is going to be a little bit further back, maybe make a run from mid-pack, but teaming up with McCarthy and Rodriguez, this horse should be tough.
All right, we both like the 3 as well. Mandel from the Kelly Breen barn. Georgie Vargas Jr. will ride. Breen 2 for 4 shipping down here from Monmouth. And this horse beaten getting favored the last 2 starts on the main track on the slop up there at Monmouth, but he's had a couple big efforts on a fast track. Last June at Parks against 25,000 Two Life, a good third that day with a 66 buyer on the main track. So I'll take a shot with the 3 Mandel. He's going to have early speed, going to try to go to the front maybe and see how far he can go.
He's talking about that 66 buyer back at Parks against Sparty, a horse that ran well here for Tim Woolley, I believe, on the front end. So Mandel will be positioned close to the lead. It's that last little bit. I know he's failed at awfully short prices. You got to respect the barn, though. Breen coming in here, we talked about recently. How about the last 2 years? 6 for 20, 30% clip at Laurel over the last couple of years on the Laurel dirt surface.
Haynes Fever is going to be tough in this race. I think Angel Cruz aboard for Rudy Sanchez, a good second 2-back at this level. The allowance race last out just too tough, but back to a good level today for the 13 Haynes Fever.
Certainly. Really just a little bit of a fade late against much better. Dropping back, gets positioned to the outside of the other speed. In him, with him, I think will be a forward factor. The main track only horse for Damon Dilladovico, but Haynes Fever holding good for him. Back to the right level this afternoon.
All right, let's turn the page here. Race 3, a nice maiden special weight for filly mares 3 and up. This race originally carded on the main track, going 7 furlongs. I go with the 6 on top here. Atlantic Avenue from the Flint Stites Barn. A Maryland bred by any given Saturday. The Bug Boy Weston Hamilton will ride a good second last out against maiden 40,000 right here at Laurel, going 6 furlongs. I just think this horse has a nice foundation underneath him. He's run 6 times. He's 4 for 6 in the money. I think he gets a nice trip stalking on the outside today with Weston Hamilton.
Shorter field, but a tough field. Really kind of hard to gauge this group, especially when you got some firsters that look like they could be ready to roll first time out and could run awfully strong in debut. Let's start with the 1, Taking Aim. Here we go, Trevor again. Come on, Trevor, we need you this afternoon. A $250,000 purchase back, what is a weanling stand back in 15?
At Keeneland,
Yeah. This horse is a 3/4 to Tapizar. We know Tapizar, 6 for 14, 972,000, ran over 100 buyer. This mare, Winning Call, she's had 3 first-time starters. Get the job done first out. You got to like that. The inside post at 7, it's tough. We saw Smart Step yesterday for Mary at 7. Just get a little weary late. But Taking Aim, I think, she spots her horse as well. 7 for long distance, that doesn't really bother me too much for her. But her overall stats with first-time starters in the maiden special weight category the last couple of years, not great. But I think Taking Aim could be a good one for Mary Epler. And you also look at the 4, Ms. Creed. I know the work's coming in for Charlestown, but trainer Tim Grahams, he doesn't come to Maryland a lot. He's 2 for 17 over the last 4 or 5 years, but the horses that he's brought down, for the most part, have been competitive. They haven't embarrassed themselves. This horse has been working lights out at Charlestown. Took Over was a horse we saw last year that he came in off a 1 race at Charlestown, stretched out and ran well in the maiden special weight. So I think Miss Creed could be okay as well.
I didn't use the 4, but I do like the 1, Taking Aim for Epler. Comes into her debut assignment today with 3 nice 5 furlong workouts at Pimlico, including a 5 furlong bullet from the gate, 101 and 2, September 23rd. So the break's going to be the key. Hopefully McCarthy can get this filly out there sharp and get her into good early contention. We both like the 5 as well. Bash from the Katie Voss barn. Sheldon Russell rides this 4-year-old filly. She's coming off a layoff. She's been working well this fall here at Laurel Park. She's had a couple good races going way back to last winter. We'll have to see how she is coming off the layoff today. Sheldon Russell will ride.
I think 7 furlongs a good fit for her. Atlantic Avenue, she ran well. Last time out, baccarat fashion, outran what I thought he was going to do. She was going to do for Tesori. Closed up willingly, 7 furlongs. That last little furlong for me with her, that's my biggest concern. Interested to see what these firsters do here, the 1 and the 4.
Well, what do you make of the 3, Shanghai Jewel? Interesting filly here by Shanghai Bobby for trainer Hammy Smith. This will be the first start in the Hammy Smith barn. Looks like the Connections claim this filly for 50,000 down there at Gulfstream last December when she was 2. Something went bad there in that race. She shied and went over the rail as a heavy favorite when she was in front, going long on the turf. Time before that, a good third, 6 furlongs on the turf. The lone dirt assignment, that was her first time out last October against a big, tough field, maiden special weight at Belmont. She ran okay that day. She's been working well here at Laurel for Hammy Smith. He gets Victor Carrasco. Just you have to hope she's overcome that accident down there at Gulfstream last December.
Giving her plenty of time to regroup. And this will be first blinkers on the dirt for her. Okay, tried the blinkers there on the turf. Unfortunately, shied. You say went over the rail. debut try was okay. You look at this race, not the horses that have run haven't shown much speed. Could Shanghai Jewel be the one to catch in race 3? I think she's going to be forward, no doubt. What scares me, that 0 for 22 off of that layoff, or 0 for 23 the other day. You had one off a similar. If hasn't gotten it done, that's why I shy a little bit off of Shanghai Jewel. But I think she's going to be forward quite a long way.
All right, nice maiden special weight there in the third. Let's turn the page. We kick off the middle pick 4 here in race 4. Nice 3 other than allowance feature for filly and mares going a mile. You have a middle pick 4 ticket. Let's check it out and see how you played it.
All right, get you started. It's very, very affordable, $12. 3 and 4 to get you started. So Innocent, Moon, Virginia. These look like the 2 to me in race 4, albeit a short price. Race 5, the 10 and 11, 86 Mets. Moon Chant for Bernie Houghton. It will be my price user in the 5th. In the 6th race, we go 3 deep with the 1, 3, and 4 Escrow Finadilly. That's the shot price. With Trevor, you're going to get an honest price with a live rider there in the 6th. And the 7th race, close it out with the 6 and the 8. A highly competitive 3 other than only a couple scratches out of it. Now we're with a field of 8. Some strong horses in there that like the 5.5 distance. Mr. Bree, off of that bad last race, might go off and help your price there. But, boy, Sheik of Sheiks, Lacey Gaudet, she can do no wrong right now.
Yeah, sure. All right, so it's a nice middle pick 4. We start with a 3 other than allowance feature. Going a mile on the main track for filly and mares. The last leg of this middle pick 4. Another 3 other than for boys going 5.5. So a nice competitive middle pick 4. Let's take a look at the 4th. Off the turf, going a flat mile. And while I like the 3 So Innocent, so do you. You have the 3 So Innocent on top. Angel Cruz on this 4-year-old daughter of Blame for trainer Charlie L. Frock. The P&H stable guys. They won a race yesterday with Frock. Was that given a chance?
Yes.
Given a chance. Won yesterday. This filly, the last race all along, maybe it was a little too tough. It's a yielding turf course. She had a nice win on the turf against 2 other than allowance company. Before that, her last dirt try against 2 other than last June here at Laurel. Decent 4th that day behind Viva Forever, who would come right back to win. So this filly has a little early speed. I think she's going to use that to her advantage today, going a mile on the main track.
And not concerned about that last race. Just toss it. She's shown a lot of heart in her races for these connections. And you know what? She's going to catch a break this afternoon. Nobody else really has any kind of speed. It's going to be her race to lose on the front end.
All right, so we both have So Innocent on top. The 4, Moon, Virginia for trainer Hammy Smith. 3rd race back this fall. Alex Cintron will ride. Now, this filly had a nice win going 7 furlongs coming from off the pace against 3 other than allowance company last fall here at Laurel Park. So she's in for the $50,000 tag. She's won this condition before. The mile should be right up her alley, I think, the 4 Moon Virginia.
Yeah, just coming out of some faster races. The fields have just kind of gotten away from her. This is the right kind of spot, a shorter field. So Innocent's got some speed, but she's not blazing fast. So maybe this will pick her up a little bit, Moon Virginia, be able to keep the leader in her sights. She's back to her favorite track, though, Laurel. She's a little bit better here.
All right, we both like the 7 a little bit here. My Sister's Ledge for Trombetta Pimentel rides this 4-year-old filly by Etch. She's been in very good form her last 4 starts. All of those races on the turf, and all but 1 race for her career has been on the turf. Her lone dirt try, she was 3rd. That was a while back, over a year ago against Allowance Company here at Laurel Park going a mile.
Yeah, don't really know what to make of her stand. You know, that one lone dirt try was not good, but you know, you're going to come in, you're going to get yourself a check. She's going to have to improve dramatically off of that one dirt try.
All right, let's get a quick commercial break. When we come back, the 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6 starts in race 5. Carryover today, a little shy of $1,500. I like the late pick 5 starting in race 6. We'll check all that out right after this.
Join us for Jim McKay Maryland Million Day on Saturday, October 20th at Laurel Park. Come with friends and family to Maryland's Day at the Races. It's a celebration of Maryland's horses and lots of fun for all ages. First race is at 12 with 11 exciting races throughout the day. Families can enjoy the Kids Corral with activities for children of all ages. From live music to the annual hat contest, it'll be fun for all at Laurel Park Saturday, October 20th. For more information, visit MarylandMillion.com or LaurelPark.com.
All right, welcome back. We're just 2 weeks away from Maryland Million. Go to laurelpark.com to get all your information about getting a nice seat out here for Maryland's Day at the Races, the Jim McKay Maryland Million, Saturday, October 20th. We kick off the 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6 today in race 5 on our Big Ten race card. There's the carryover, $1,468. Let's take a look at the first leg of this pick 6. I like the pick 5 coming up in race 6. We're going a flat mile here in the 5th race off the turf, $25,000 starter allowance contest for filly mares 3 and up. Never won 2. Lifetime is a condition, and we like some similar horses here. I have the 10 on top, so do you. 86 Mets. That's the year they won the World Series with Dale Strawberry. And that was the hitter?
I should know that.
Dwight Gooden.
Dwight Gooden,
right?
Yeah.
I think that's the year they won the World Series. So 86 Mets here, a homebred for the Elkstone Group, and trainer Kelly Rubley. Edwin Gonzalez rides his 3-year-old filly by Colonel John. A decent enough third last out, coming off about a couple months off at this level, going a mile. Now right back here in a couple weeks, so I think she's poised for a big effort today.
It's a good sign she's coming back this quick.
Yep.
You know, she's only run 4 times this year with layoff lines before every start. 86 Mets. We've got some similar competition. She's going to see Words of a Feather again. Carolina Ice. Carolina Ice is the horse that might have a little bit easier time today on the front end, so I think she could carry her speed a little bit further. But 86 Mets with that race under her belt, I think can go ahead and wear down the speed. Moon Chant is my user at a price here coming in for Bernie Houghton. A big wake up at a big price on the turf. Last time out, a big close with a flourish at 30-1. You go back, this horse has got an okay dirt race going long up at Penn National. I know the buyer was 55. That's good. That works, but I like that drastic improvement. Maybe it was the good turf surface, but Houghton comes down here for a reason, has the bottom. This horse will finish in here. That's the 11 Moon Chant.
Yeah, Broker Maiden on the main track, going a mile last fall by 13 1/4, so she can get the job done. We both like the 11. We both like the 1 here. Words of a Feather from the Mary Epler barn. Victor Carrasco on this 3-year-old filly by Stay Thirsty. Her last race on the main track, an okay 4th behind 86 Mets. So she's capable, I think, getting a piece of it today.
Certainly a little bit better dirt try last time out. It was caught wide into it. We'll be tucked up off of the speed. Going to need to show me a little bit more finish.
All right, I throw the 2 Goodnight Moon. Trevor McCarthy aboard this Malibu Moon filly for Lizzie Merriman. A nice win on the turf last out to Breaker Maiden. Her last try on the main track against Maiden Special Weight, going a mile at Parks. An okay second that day. Low buyer, but she's capable, I think, for strong connections to get a piece of it. You also like the 5 Carolina Ice at a big price, perhaps, for Annette Eubanks.
Yeah, if internals were okay last time, it took pressure a little bit sooner. I think she can kind of sneak away from this field and last a little bit longer this afternoon.
All right, let's turn the page here. The late pick 5 starts in race 6. No carryover, but as always, that industry low 12% takeout on the pick 5s here at Laurel Park. I have a ticket. Let's take a look. A very affordable $24 ticket. I'm going to go 3 deep here in race 6. It's a maiden 10, 3 and up, going a mile. I'll use the 1, 4, 5. The 1 Painter's Pride, my top pick here in race 6 from the Patrick McBurney barn. Race 7, a nice 3 other than allowance feature, 3 and up, going 5.5. I go 4 deep there. I like the 4 Cyril Fred the Great, the 6 Sheik of Sheiks, and on the outside, the 8 Mr. Bree, and the 10 Triple Burner. So I'm 4 deep there in race 7. Race 8, just going. I'm going to single there. The 2 Bridgewater getting back to 6 furlongs. I think that's the key. Let's see if Bridgewater can get back to her winning ways for Dale Capuano. I'll single on that filly. And then race 9's a nice maiden special weight for 2-year-olds going a mile. I go 2 deep there. The 4 In Orbit and the 5 Blue Danube might be a big price there for Corrales. 2-year-old colt by Awesome again going a mile for the first time today. Then in race 10, a maiden 25, 3 and up, going a mile. I go just 2 deep there. My top pick in race 10, I might have punched in something wrong there, guys. I should be 8. I should be 8 1A. I should be 1A and 8 there in race 10. That's my bad, guys. I wrote a wrong number down. But my top pick in race 10 is the 8 Lunar Boogie from the Patrick Nussbaum. So I'm 1A, 8 there in race 10. I even wrote it wrong here on my paper. Now we got it fixed up. Now I have to use the 5, right? I have to use the 5 because I had a wrong punch there. So Stevie's Joy, I do pick somewhere. In race 10, do I pick the 5 anywhere? I'm all out of
Relentless
wax. I picked the 5 third there in race 10. Yeah, so go ahead, use the 1A, 5, 8 there in race 10. Let's take a look here. The wind's getting me all disheveled here. Race 6, a maiden 10, 3 and up, going a flat mile. I like the one. We both like the one. Painter's Pride, Forrest Boyce on this 3-year-old daughter of Kodiak Cowboy for Patrick McBurney. A good third on a fast track, 2 back on the slop last out. Didn't really like the slop last out, but gets a fast track today, stretching out to a mile for the first time today.
Yeah, and Sprinter Route has always been a good angle for Pat McBurney. You see that 35-horse sample over the last year and a half, 23% with an ROI of $4. You're not going to get that kind of price on Painter's Pride. Looks like the legitimate speed in this race, but I'll come back to Glenn's Caper. I know he's 0 for 15, got 3 seconds and 2/3, but has the bottom coming off of that synthetic surface at Presque Isle. Has enough fitness underneath. I think this horse will be able to kind of reel in the leader, and that's going to be Painter's Pride. But it has a good back number at Laurel, a 63 on a fast track. The key is the fast track for Glenn's Caper.
All right, we both like the 5 here as well. Stevie's Joy, a homebred for the McDade family and trainer Ferris Allen. The Ferris Allen barn with a win yesterday. Caramanos will ride this 4-year-old gelding by Stephen Got Even. An okay third at Timonium, 2 back, and then stepped up to maiden 16 last out, going a mile. 5th that day. This ran okay. Now a little bit of a drop back down to the maiden 10 today. I think that puts the 5 Stevie's Joy right there.
Sure, this horse works. I mean, in this field, a little bumping incident at the top of the stretch may took a little starch out of that horse. Stevie's Joy fits. I think it's between the 1 and the 4 in here. If you're looking for a price, how about the 3 Escrew Finadilli? No run whatsoever at a big price at Delaware. That was an off-the-turf race, but the blinkers go on. Attracts McCarthy. Had an excuse in debut, and This is a barn you look, second out okay, first blinkers, smaller sample but good with a positive ROI. So I like that angle for the 3 Escrew Finadilli.
Well, you get McCarthy there at a big price there on the 3 in race 6. Let's turn the page here. We kick off the final pick 4 of the day here, late pick 4 in race 7. A real nice 3 other than allowance feature, 3 and up, going 5.5 furlongs. We both like the 6 here. Sheik of Sheiks from the Lacey Gaudette barn. Rosario Montanez on this 5-year-old. This horse has won, 4 in a row. Most recently 2 on the turf, but before that 2 big wins on the main track down there at Churchill. Lacey, nice claim here. Got this 5-year-old for $25,000 at Saratoga. A big win first off the claim, stepping up the 2 other than allowance company. Fired a 94 buyer last out, winning going 5.5 on the turf here. So this horse is in really good form. The 6 Sheik of Sheiks, my top pick.
Yeah, we have video of that last race, guys.
Yes,
on
we
the
do.
7th?
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be great to show. I know this is dirt, but I love the finish with a flourish. The 5-year-old first off the claim for Lacey Gaudette. Watch this horse down through the center of the course under some right-handed urging. Very keen and eager to the wire, widening off by 5.5. You see that sometimes on the good surface, the yielding surface, a bigger gap. Maybe, with the winners, you wonder sometimes some horses just really like it. Look at this horse to the line, though. Just running right through the wire. I like that. Turf or dirt, it doesn't really matter. Sheik of Sheiks will have some speed to target. We'll make a move from just off of it this afternoon.
All right, Gaudette rolling this fall. She's 35% winners. You have the 8 on top on the outside. Mr. Bree Vargas on this 4-year-old son of Flatter for trainer Joseph Taylor. He fired a big effort against 2 other than allowance company last July here at Laurel.
Yeah, has a win over this course, second off of a layoff. This is a horse he's in and out. I mean, he runs big, he runs bad, he runs big. I think he's sitting on a big race, and he likes to sit outside of horses. He has enough tactical speed. At this distance, he can grind you to death at 5.5. I like him poised outside of the other speeds.
And we both like the 4 as well. I almost wanted to put the 4 on top here from the Kate DeMassey barn, but coming off a little bit of a layoff, a big win last out against 2 other than at Delaware. It was a race that came off the turf, small 6-horse field, but still fired a strong 88 buyer speed figure. We haven't seen the horse since then. That was back in August 1st, so Sheik of Sheiks just sitting on his A game right now. So that's why I went 6-4 for my exacta. But DeMassey is 21% with horses coming back off this kind of freshening. The 4 lightly raced this year, so maybe some question marks there.
I definitely think he's going to be sent towards the inside. Maybe the speed of the speed in here may tie one on. Another one's going to lay close. I like the price on Mr. Bree. I still think you're going to get an okay price on him. But the way Sheik of Sheiks is running, he's awfully dangerous. He's probably going to have that best final punch in this group.
All right, now about the 10, Triple Burner for Men's Grill Racing, and Linda Albert. Weston Hamilton will ride his 6-year-old. made almost 200,000. A lot of lines in his form. He's lightly raced this year, but his last track on the main, his last race on the main track was last November here at Laurel. A race that came off the turf. It was a small 4-horse field, but it was against some gorillas in a wide open allowance condition. A decent third with an 81 buyer. So this horse is pretty gritty. He can show up. Linda Albert does a nice job with him.
She's done a nice job, and obviously he hasn't raced a whole lot the last year and a half, 2 years. But when she sends him out, he gives a top effort. He's going to try. He's faced some awfully good horses. This group may be a little bit lighter than what he's faced, but, I mean, he may not quite be the same triple burner.
Well, let's turn the page here. Race 8's going to kick off the final pick 3 of the day. We're going 6 furlongs, 25,000 starter allowance for filly mares 3 and up. Never won 2 lifetime. We both like the 2 Bridgewater. I single on this filly on my late pick 5 ticket. Let's show you the race from September 7th right here at Laurel Park. At this level, going 6 furlongs, a real good second this day as the favored, but still a good second. This was second off the claim for Dale Capuano.
This is the day Rhythm and Rap got away with an easy pace, and this horse was just bottled up inside from the 3/8 pole up to about the top of the stretch. Bridgewater was able to kind of shake free late, find some room, eases out, leave the final furlong. But like I say, we talked about the leader just got away with it too easy on the front end. They tried this filly long. That wasn't the deal. But I like the way she's bounced back off of that poor race going long with a sharp work out of the gate. Bridgewater has a little bit of speed to target. We'll be making a run from just off of it, no doubt.
Yeah, that work was just last Sunday. A bullet 5 furlongs from the gate, a minute flat, fastest of 10 works that day. So the horse didn't break very well last out. Dale wasting no time getting it right back to the gate to try to correct that. So we both like the 2 Bridgewater. We both like the 7. You have the 7 on top. Lady Vicky coming off of freshening. First start here in the Lacey Gaudette barn with Victor Carrasco aboard.
Here we go again. Lacey Gaudette. All she does is win. The horses are rolling. I'm going to ride the train, man. It's doing quite well right now. I went back and looked at that July 27th race, sloppy sealed surface. Good effort. Took some pressure early, the internals, and did it through quick internals. 22 flat 46. That was state-bred fillies. Well, 2 in life, 25,000 boys. The internals were 23, 46, and 3 at the same distance. I like the way this horse widened versus that pressure. She could control things from the outside. I don't think she necessarily needs the lead, but breaking it down. Maybe I'm Listening has enough speed to kind of go with her. I don't know if anybody else does.
All right, we both like the 4 as well here. Sleigh Bell's been running on the synthetic up there at Presque Isle. Sheldon Russell on this 3-year-old daughter of Preakness winner Oxbow for trainer Todd Beatty. She's in good form, and her lone dirt try was a debut winning effort against Maiden 16 down at Tampa last April.
Yeah, hasn't been back on the dirt since, but they reached in, grabbed the horse from 16, immediately raised. That's a positive. Now we're going to go protect, not in for a tag. So Sleigh Bell, off of that synthetic surface, has the conditioning. Like I say, I don't know if she wants to quite go with the 7, but she can certainly make a move into this pace and hang around. Yeah.
All right, so nice starter allowance there in race 8 to kick off the final pick 3. A nice maiden special weight in race 9 for 2-year-olds going a flat mile. We kick off the late daily double here in race 9. We have a stat to show you of the 2-1 morning line favorite, the 1 Durkin's Call for trainer Mike Trombetta. Here's the stat.
Yeah, past 3 years, 3 for 9. It's a smaller sample, but 3 for 9 and 6 for 9 in the money with turf to dirt horses. Maiden special weight variety going long. So turf back to that long on the dirt. Positive here. Look at this ROI of 326. Durkin's Call. Tried the turf last time out. The time before that was 5.5 wide against a good, honest pace at Saratoga. Not that kind of speed in this race this afternoon. Like I say, I think Trombetta could have a big, big day. He's been rolling of late. Strong positive ROI over the last 60 days. Durkin's Call, I think, bred well enough to handle the route around the stretch out. Goes right to the front in here.
All right, I didn't use the 1. I have the 4 on top here. In Orbit, a 2-year-old filly by Orb for Laura Wallers. Kevin Gomez will ride. The debut was at Belterra, right?
Belterra Park, yes.
That was at Belterra. Decent second that day, going 5/8. A good second in the mud, going a mile at Indiana against Maiden Special Weight. And was in front last out and kind of spit the bit over there at Indiana, going a mile. My thinking is this Orb gelding just has a nice foundation under him. He'll be dead. He should be dead fit for a mile today. He's going to have to finish better today. Kevin Gomez rides for Laura Wallers.
Yeah, she came in with a horse, a couple months ago. Got the job done, a 2-year-old. This one comes in with some bottom right off of those 2-mile races, but I don't know. I'm not completely sold on the fields that this horse faced over at Indiana, so I'm going to go against this horse at a short price. I threw Blue Danube in there for you with the horse for Corrales. I think stretching out second Lasix now in the dirt is going to be key for that horse. And Johnny Wishbone, an excuse in debut.
All right, Johnny Wishbone. Yeah, I like the 5, Blue Danube. Awesome again. 2-year-old colt going a mile for the first time. He could be dangerous there in race 9. Let's take a look at the 10th and final race. Maiden 25,000 for 3-year-olds and upward. Going a mile on the main track. And, yeah, I go 8, 1A, 5, 2 here in race 10. The 8, Lunar Boogie. My top pick, your top pick, J.D. Acosta on this 5-year-old for Patrick Noosh. A good third last out against Virginia-bred maiden special weight going a mile. I was back in early August. Now, we haven't seen this 5-year-old since then. Only one maintenance half-mile work down there at Patrick Noosh's training center in Virginia. A slow half-mile work last Sunday. But it catches a good group today with this race coming off the turf.
It catches a field with horses that really don't have established dirt form. Vincent Van Gogh has come back to run well against some better company. Lunar Boogie looks to be the controller here with Acosta.
How about the 1A Bay Hill, a well-bred 3-year-old by Scat Daddy out of a Lemon Drop Kid mare. He's been all turf so far. This will be his first start on the main track. Pimentel will ride for Trombetta. You had that Trombetta winner yesterday or the day before, a horse that was trying the dirt for the first time, right?
Yeah, and he may strike again with this horse. You wonder what took so long to try the dirt.
Right. So. All right, so we both like 8, 1A, the 5 here. Who's the 5? Relentless Lion. Entered main track only in this race by Donnie Barr. Angel Cruz will ride. Donnie Barr with a nice win yesterday with that good-looking Curlin colt. This horse just ran okay last out against Maiden 25 going short. The added real estate might help this horse out today.
Yeah, and he looks the type. Watching him run, I used this horse at 11-1 last time. He just looks like he wanted more ground. Sprinting really wasn't his game. I think he'll churn along and be fine in this group.
All right, and I did have I believe a late scratch there on the 10. I wish I was special. I believe it's a late scratch here in race 10. So good luck in all your live will pays going into race 10. It's nice and cool out here, nice and pleasant. Come on out here, hang out on the apron, and get yourself a table in there at the Garden Terrace or Tips, or go up to the sports bar. We'll have all the big college football games for you on today. Maryland's playing Michigan today.
Michigan. I think that's at noon coming up, or it's going on right now.
Coming up, okay. That's a big game. You can watch all the football and horse racing you want up there at that new sports bar, second floor of the clubhouse. Good luck to you today.
All right, thanks.
Dave Robbins coming up next with Scratches and Changes. Good luck.
Good luck.